What's up, YouTube? I'm here with,
Richard Wattle.
and what you do?
Went to the Rosemont Regional and somehow got top 8 with this deck.
What's this deck then?
Sky Striker, the brandish deck.
All right, let's get into it.
I played 3 Ray, 3 Ogre, 3 Ash. This was the only monsters in my deck, just because Ash hits everything and Ogre's really good in the mirror. You don't want to get blown up by multi-roll, and like in general, I think like Ogre's also very good. My teammate Marjenko and I worked a lot on this deck list and had differences, so a few of them are different, but like he played Valor over Ogre. On to the rest of the deck, all spells. I played 3 Engage, 3 Widow, 3 Drone. This is all pretty standard. I didn't want to change any of that. Played 2 multi-roll. I was testing 3 of this a lot just because I always want to see this card. I don't even want to have to search this. I'd rather just like have this card. And it doesn't clog as bad as a lot of people think it does. But in the end, it was regional. It was the first weekend, and I like wanted to just have more other cards in my deck for like other matchups. I played 2 field spells. Another card I played at 3 for a while and tested out like 2 of this, 3 terraforming. Just because like multi-roll in this card is so good. It's kind of like how you always want to start your turn and like go from there. But again, I cut this down for other cards. I played 1 Afterburner, 1 Shark Cannon, 1 Jamming Wave, and 1 Hercules base. These are the 4 1-ofs. You need to play these 2 for sure. These 2 are like kind of, I don't know, I think Shark Cannon is really good. I don't think I'll cut it, and this card seems like a card you kind of have to play. You don't want to really, I don't know, like I draw this card a lot and it's a brick for sure, but it is very useful. And I feel like another utility for Shark Cannon is like the greatest utility of this card's in the mirror. So like going forward, if I don't play it in the main, I'd probably play it in the side, or maybe even like side a second, because like when you get cherries, this card is still, like this card helps you play through cherries and still do a lot of things. And like you can, like there's so many cool things you can do by like when you take your opponent's monster. So that's like pretty cool. Even though it can't attack, you can still use the effects. And your the red and blue stack. So if you take your opponent's blue, they stack with your blue. 3 Twin, 3 Call by the Grave. I feel like Call by the Grave is really good for the mirror. I didn't expect to play too many mirrors just because it was the first weekend it came out. I only played 1. This card didn't do shit because I got cherries both games and I never had this card. Twin, I would not cut for sure. Like I think 3 Twin in this deck is pretty mandatory. You need back row removal. Just so that you know your plays go off, and you always have more cards than your opponent for the most part if you're playing. So like discarding for Twins not a big deal, and especially with Kagari, discarding for Twins not a big deal. I played 3 Foolish Goods. This card is really good just because like the mirror match comes down to who gets to engage first. 100%. Like the mirror match usually isn't very skillful at all. Unless both people open engage or both people don't open engage or get it around the same time, because like if one person has it and the other person doesn't, you're losing. Like for the most part, I don't really care what tech you're playing in your deck or what you're doing. It's all really about engage. So like playing this over Toon Table makes a lot of sense because this can search that card, and it's just pretty good with the Metal Foe engine. I really like this card. 2 Terraforming, 2 Field Spells, 2 Terraforming is the ratio I went with. 1 Upstart, 1 Rhoda, and then the Metal Foe Fusion's last card. That's the main deck, 40 cards, and extra deck first. I just did 3 red, 3 blue, obviously like everybody did. The tech card of the extra deck, I guess, was Lightning. I summoned this card twice at the regional. I was talking to Marjenko and a few other people about it beforehand, and just like we wanted it out to Ultimate Falcon, or what's his name, the Metaltron card, and it's just very easy to make. It's kind of like one of those things with the space in the extra deck, since we're not playing cherries. It's like, why not just play this card? It's definitely gonna come up more than like Akashic Magician or like other things you can play. So we played this, summoned it twice, it was pretty good. Borload, Trisbania, Ningrisu. These cards are kind of just like all utility, like very circumstantial. When you play cards like Shark Cannon and Widow Anchor, like you're going into Borload in certain circumstances, but like Ningrisu is very good, and it can be very good in the mirror, and same with Trisbania, especially with the new time rule. The Nightmares, I just played Mermaid, Phoenix, and Unicorn. I didn't play Cerberus or anything like that, just because it doesn't do anything. Mermaid doesn't really do anything, but if they leave Ibly, you just don't really want to have to deal with that either, so why not? You have the space. And the last card is Ib, just like Marjenko. We play this in our deck because the token card is a 1-card Ib with the field spell with Secret Village, so that's like your win condition in the mirror. He even kept that in going second and won a match against someone there because he did that going second. So for the side deck is the One Secret Village. I didn't decide terraforming just because I wasn't like committed that heavily to this card. I don't really like this that much. It's okay. It's nice to have a win condition in the mirror, but like other than that, I don't really like it that much. I played 2 Iron Wall just because like Trickstar is a huge problem. So like if you play Invoked or Trickstar, you just kind of like put these in, and like on top of that, like this card with multi-roll is kind of just like free cards every turn. You're like playing them, getting them back, playing them, getting them back. They're never getting banished. So like you're not losing to decks like Trickstar, even though like Widow is like terrible against Trickstar, and that's like the problem with the deck is because like outside of like hand traps like Ash and stuff, you don't have anything you can search that does anything against Trickstar really, because like they're gonna know most of your background most of the time, and like the field spell can lock down the Widow, especially if you set it off multi-roll or have to do like the play with blue in the end phase, which is like if your hand's pretty bad. So I wanted Iron Wall in there. It never came up. I didn't play Trickstar because I got lucky. So I don't know. I still think the card seems pretty good. 3 effect failure for going second against like combo decks. Even the mirror, I was gonna put this in. I think it's correct to take Ash out in the mirror sided. Like you should have better cards in your deck than Ash going, first or second, especially first. And like just you kind of like want to outgrind decks with hand traps, kind of like Zoo mirrors. Shared Ride. This card is like this card's literally like maxi in the Zoo mirror. Like this card is just like way too good. It's good against Goki if they're not going to kill you that turn. So I think Shared Ride's pretty good. The last 6 cards are just 3 Typhoon and 3 Evenly, so you like don't lose the back row decks and decks like Altergeist. I was really afraid of Metaverse. There are people around here testing that card, so I just wanted Typhoon as an out to that. In terms of like, I guess that's the deck. In terms of what I would change, probably everything. So we'll see. Like New Jersey, like everything's gonna change. The side deck, I didn't like it. I didn't even think this deck, like my build was very good for the weekend, but you know we got top 8 somehow. So.
All right, any shout outs or anything? Special notes?
Shout out to Marjenko. Me and him put like a work on the deck a lot. Built the deck for the regional. We both got top 8, so shout out to him. Shout out to Mike Thomas for his top. Everyone seemed to be doing pretty well for Michigan, and obviously like shout out to RW and the team like always.
All right, thanks for taking my file.
Thanks.